You know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Now listen to this. If you are in business, I don't know who you are, but if there's a business, do you or do you not think that this business, in order to continue to keep the shop open, right, it needs to create a profit every single year? General Motors, Lincoln, when they don't make the profit line, they go to the ranks of the high organization and to the governments, and they borrow money. They borrow money from an organization that's not even with the company, that's not even with the government, but the government signs for the backing. So, but they sign for the backing only to increase and put more money on the market. Well, obviously, if you're losing money, there's a reason for it. So why I'm bringing this up is I'm going to show you two losing affairs, two absolute losing affairs, okay? We, okay, as the people, as taxpayers, have a company that's working for us right now. It's not our insurance company, okay? It's our own, how can I say, the land we live under, which whatever state, whatever country you are from, is governed. The place that is governed, okay, seems to always be losing money. Isn't this not considered big business? Where big businesses don't lose money, coffee shop, McDonald's, etc. So my question comes to be is that the Army is a losing proposition. The Army is a losing proposition. They have lost and had more casualties in the Army that has ever happened in the streets of the land you live, other than being invaded by these armies, because they're afraid. They're afraid, and they're so afraid that they're going to cause trouble to make sure that you see there is trouble. But because you don't know, that's why all these organizations say, hey, look, I'm a dad or a rat or a cat or a mad, but look, this is my name. They sent it out there, that if you're a bad company, send me your name, it's okay. But I know if you sent them your name, they take you away. Losing propositions, they have not made 1 cent in the Army. Not 1 cent, but what have they done? They gave you schooling. They gave you the opportunity to show you that you need to go to school. Do you know that 80% of the money that we earn is wasted? 80% of the money is wasted. 80%. And if you're saying, how's that? I use all your money. Yes, you use $200,000-$300,000 a year. But the average salary is closer to, on the majority of 70% of the people, is less than $30,000 a year. And if you average it out for man, woman, and child that is living, it is even lower than that. And I'm talking more in North America. 80% of your money is taken away in taxes, because it's used and reused, because you go back to work every single week. Your end result is a 20% tax bill, then you're billed 15% on everything, then you're buying insurance and paying a tax on even top of the gasoline that you buy at more than 20% or 30%. Cigarettes that you buy. Then they take all this money because they need the money. I love to pay my taxes. Don't you worry. I want to pay my taxes. You know why? Because we need to pay for the armies that are out there not making 1 penny, but they're giving schooling. I mean, now I have a friend of mine. He knows how to drive a plane and shoot. And he can do it in the Army. You know that it's legal. You can fly around and just throw those bullets all over and just blow things up. But then guess what? You rebuild again. You're making work. Well, what's the difference if you work or you don't work? You don't need to work to get money. You need vegetables and gardens and freedom. Harmonic is the only way that we survive. It's not money. If we were honest and just kept passing the harvest over to those who need, we wouldn't even need to live on any money. But we separate ourselves by all our wants. I want this and I want that, and I have big eyes. I see what I like, and I like what I see. It's a pretty crazy world. When you want something, you say, well, science costs money. No, science is the mind. The willpower to do. The want to do, to try and to go out and to actually be doing is the actuality. The guidance of our mind in a dollar bill, in pennies and cents, is the only way we go out. And then we have to understand the artwork that would come with that. These shapes will have to be redone. You see the number 5, the checkered, like the Purina, the checkered? What is that? This is 0, this is 5, this is 0, this is 5, this is 0, this is 5. I'm taking it away real quick. I don't know if you saw it. Let me see, it was hard for me to hold it. What are those? Well, when they changed the value of the penny, and they took that away, it gave me an idea. Not just one idea, but many ideas. Because when you look on the ceiling and you can see the sky. You can see what you can imagine. You see, when I look up, I see exactly what you're seeing in the camera right now. That's what I painted upside down. Painted it through what I saw through numbers. Through where numbers, as like the letter M in Mars, like the letter M, the sound of the letter M, okay? The sound of the letter M in French says love. Ami. A-M-I says one I am friend. Inside A-M and I. A-M and I is actually saying Maya, the month of May. It also says Mars, because the I letter, the 9th letter, is 09. It is made up of 5-4, which equals to the sun, and 6-3, which is the creation of the crown of Christ. 99, 5 and 4. I have to mark this down. 5 and 4, and 6 and 3. We're going to do that in the next video. Let me get back to you with money. So because of money, it sort of guides us to what might be more important to do in life. Because we have now, instead of giving money, let's give a number. Is a doctor good for money in life? We're going to give it a 7. based on 2, which is how difficult it is and what you have to do right, compared to a lawyer, which you would give a 9. And if you work for the greatest company, your possibilities rise to 11. Will you have, like, the difference between 9 and 11, right? This is what I'm going to look as the difference between 9 and 11. The difference between 9 and 11 is things that can go on forever. 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Things that go on forever. 9, well, it stops at 10. But 11, it keeps on going. And the French have an expression. They say it's 10, 7. They say it's 10, 8. They say it's 10, 9. And when you say these numbers, it says 10 minus 9, 10 minus 8, 10 minus 7, A, B, C. All about the average of 5 above and 5 below, A, B, C, and GHI. In the Z's world is the 10 world. 5 and 5, 6 and 4. If it's 6 and 4, 4 is on the left, 6 is on the right, in the numbers, but 4 lives in 4, 5, and 6, because it's the memory, it's the mind. 4, 5, and 6, the 6 is the halfway mind, halfway between two sides that you can pick up your information and come back here and live. 4, 5, 6 is on the cards, 4, 5, 6 is on the dice, it is 15, and it also equals to 20. 4 by 5 is 20, which is 26. 6 by 4 is 24. When you crisscross 6 times 4, 24, and 26. 26 is the dog and the cat, and we've now crisscrossed the dog over the cat. Since 20 also goes down to the 14 AD. Now, this is complicated. I'm not even going to go there, but I'm going to tell you one thing. These numbers tell me a story that is either so perfect and true, or so perfect and unbelievable great for me, because the dog and the cat and the expression that people use. 26, 25, 24. 25 is the B world, in which we'll divide the perfect number of dog and cat. 6 times 5 is 30, creation, which becomes 36. Now I'm going to turn this around and talk about something else. I was going to end the video. This is how I started off. Inside the word mate, as I just mentioned. Right over here it says Mars. M, 13th letter. 1 equals 34. 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 plus 4 equals 7 equals 19. Now I'm going to have something after this video that I must look for. I can show you how 19 times 19 equals 361. 361 is 1 degree over 360. All we're missing for the rest of the year is 5. And that's the passage in the middle. 25. Only for a quarter. Only for a quarter, Miss Mary. Hey? Hey, May West? Only for a quarter I will. Only for a quarter I will. M13, A1, I9. 3 times 3 is 9. This is 1/3, 3 worlds, right? 3 times 3, 3, 9. 3, 9 is the 3 skies of I, and I, because when there's one on the left, one on the right, there's one in the middle all the time. You either connect them, or you're divided between them. If you're dividing the two sides, then I have a side here and a side here. And there's a design that goes with that, and it fits right inside here and here. 1 equals to 34. 1, M. 34 times 2 is 68. Just in the number 1, you see inside? 1. 1 and 1. 3 equals 56. 5 times 6, 5 plus 6, 11, 30 equals 41. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 and 4, 12 and 7. 7 AB, the first part of piano. AB. AB comes together, and you play in between 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Take away A and B. 1 and 2 is 3. Out of 21, I have 18. The letter R, 18. Becomes over here. 18 equals this. 1 and 8 is 9. 7, 9, 1, 2. Or 9, 1, 2, or 7, 1, 2. The left or the right side. We divide the sides. This side will come down to this corner. This side will come down to this corner. Point there, 2 points. By the time it gets here, it's 3 points. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. 56. We got 41. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, 5 and 4. 4 plus 5, 4 times 5, 20 plus 9. We just had 30. Now we have 20. We just had 11. Now we have 9. 9, 11. Inside 20, 30. This is 50. Now, 26 and 9 is 35. STN, the numbers, 35, electric company. Running out of the 3 letters of Saturn, Satan. You can also use it in 17. 9, 11 equals 20. 20 and 30 is 50 is 70. This becomes 26. This becomes 36. This becomes 26, 52, 82. The cycle of the moon. All zeros equals 6. If we put the 20s together, this one, 29, 41, 51, 61, 70 becomes the spirit of 76. Out of which numbers? 4 and 1. Out of 5 and 6, which is number 3, right? But let's see how we got there. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 became 1 and 2. 3, 1 and 3. 1 with 2 is 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 and 3. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. Now we got back to 3 on how we created 1. And the design of 1 is inside M, and a V for 5. Because 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 5. 5 and 11. K and E. 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 and 2, the Venus world. 25th letter is Y. Venus world, K-E-Y. What is the Venus world? I'm just showing you the numbers that bring you there. 1 and 3. 9 is the third particle of. How do we get to 9? Multiply by 3. 3 by 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 9. This is 11 over here, right? 3 by 11 is 33. 3 and 3 is 6. 15 is 6. 6 and 6 from the 1, 2 to the 2, 3. Brought into the same world. Matched in numbers. This will now become 47. Because 0 equals 6. This is 47. Inside of 1, where we brought it to 19. 19 plus 47 is 66 again. 47 minus 19 is 28. Magic square. 19, 28, 47. all because of how we had to sew together with numbers, in between numbers, how we got the 5 and 6. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6. 50 times 47. Is it 50 times 47? 50 times 47. 50 times 47 equals to 2350. That's when I think Moses was born. 0 equals 6, 2, 3, 5, 6, 2 times 3, 2 times plus 3 equals 5 and 6, 0 equals 6. We're rounding it out in the center. The minute you get center, you jump, the minute you get 0, you jump to the center. So now 1 and 3 equals to 90, becomes 96. 1 and 3, or 13, TH is 28 to cycle. IR, I and R are both 9. 3 is inside Mars 4. 19 is Mars. How do we get 19? 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 and 4 is 7 is 19. We get the letter S. R is in the 18. House of A. 18 and A, 1 H-A-R, hair, the rabbit hair, the ears are always up. 18 plus 1 is 19, 19 and 19 is 38, plus 13, 51, the number to Mars. 51, 61, 64. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 is 1024 megabyte. Memory brand. 6 and 4 is what we spoke about before, the 4 corners, and the halfway house in between. Halfway house in between. I don't need to come here. I'm either here, I'm here, I'm here. If I'm here, I'm going down here. I'm going here or here. But if I'm here, I'm either here or here. I'm not here. I'm in the way of the light. The light opens up and goes here. The light opens up and goes here. The dice cube is over here and everything goes around it. The dice cube has 4 sides. But on every side, there's a value of 4 corners, and every corner is split in half, either this way, or this way, or this way. So there's always 2 missing. Don't count the one that's coming in, because it's coming in from the hole that's in front of us. It's the ace hole. 1, 3, 5. Everything calculates to 1, 3, 5. Right? I just go back 1 page. I was doing a 9 times 9, 8 times 8, just because I'm silly, just because little kids can do it. But the difference between the multiple and the reverse, 8 times 8, 8 plus 8, 9 and 9 is 18, 9 times 9 is 81. They reverse from each other, inside their own. Beautiful, guys. Give me 99. Back to the same number. Give me 63. Give me creation. 18 and 9, 27 red. Give me the beta gates. Divide my world because I'm living in 8, which is actually a division of 2 fours. I'm a 5 because when the 4 below and the 4 above gives me the needle point in the center, I borrow 2 from below and 2 above, leaving 2 above and 2 below living in their own house. 4 is 8. I'm not nothing without them and below. Although I'm 12, I'm only 8 and 1 because I'm only borrowing the center of the house. I'm living between the fiddler on the roof. 4 by 4 is 16 and 8. The day and the night, the flight of the phoenix, the cat, the 60 equals to 36 creation. Take away 10, 5, and 5 because we don't need the borderline. The bridge between. 7 by 7 is 49, 63. 7 comes into 9 by removing the 18. Well, it's true, it's math. 9, 42, 13, 15 equals 51. Mars, 15 equals 51 Mars. 11, 14 equals around the cube. The gateway around the cube, 365 days. This, it's orange. This says 7 and 3. This is the value of number 2. This is the numerological value of 9. This is the 9 lives of the cat. This is 99 and 63 is 162, the 216 hours of the week, of the 9-day week. We go to 63 or 613 and we've got a touchdown. 9 and 8 is 70, 72 is the answer here. In between here, 72. 72 and 64 is 136. Add 1 to 16, it equals 136 of the letter P. 1 to 6, the polars of each other. Hey, how you doing up at the other end of the telephone? Yeah, I can hear you calling, baby. One conversation, 2 people. How you doing? Talking between myself. Aye, Captain, I'm missing an eye, but I see everything clear. Have you ever tried to do this and understand what Neptune is? Right? Look at the Neptune between the middle fingers right here. This is Neptune, right? Look at the way it comes down, obligated to come down through my nose, right? But it goes up my nose. You ever see the fork? And it crosses Neptune over the eyes. You ever see the forks on Neptunes? They go out like this, and the center one goes in like this, and then it comes down like this. Neptune, Neptune. You have me thinking about Neptune. Is this right? I can't see that. Or how about this? How about this? This is the way I think of Neptune, right? I think of Neptune like this. And then, like that, right? Let me see. Yeah, and then I'd say Neptune is, and then it does this. And then it does this, right? So this is Neptune, okay? Now if you take a look, this is a squadron for this eye. This is for this eye, but look at the area space between the 2 that my nose takes up. And thank God I got a big nose because I can express a little bit better than someone who has no nose, and you start seeing the point at the end. You're going to see the point at the end of the matter, but it's going to look like a circle. Look out, look into this eye, and look at this point of your eye right here. Look into your eye. It disappears. The eye is gone. There is no eye. These 2 points right here will disappear. If you look and look for your eyes in there, look for this spot. Just a little cross-eyed, but look here, right here. It'll disappear on you. So doesn't this look like the devil's pitchfork? Anyways, so I was scrummaging around with these numbers. 7 times 7, 6 times 6. The value of 7, 765 for each 7. 65 and 65 is 130. 52 and 52 is 104, becomes 164 Zion, Israel. Again, 64 back to Saturn, east, west. 36 creation and 12. 12 is also a part of the doorway. 20 plus 12. Remember the year 2112? Because it's the year where the sun takes its own formation. 4 by 6, 240. The Mayan exact time, 240. Plus the 20 that we live in, right? 40 is not 60. We're at 6. Here we're at 4. 6 equals to 52, which is a difference of 8, showing the 2 worlds. This one is showing you all 3 worlds in one. The clock has come together, the orange sun. Anyways, this is the B world, 5 times 5. The Y, the T, the B, the K, the E. There's directions in here. This here, okay, first of all, 19 is south, okay? And 19 south, south equals to half. Maybe that's why it's hotter. Why? Because the letter S and O and T and H and U. U is in between the two sides. T and H is the cycle of 28, which is 20, which is part of the cycle of the IT system. Right over here, the letter I, the letter T. 0 equals 6 equals 35. 20 plus 9 plus 5 is 35. That's electric company. Electric company, 3 letters combination that work out in Saturn. S, T, and N. S, T, and N. Then you go to Pluto and Neptune and all these planets with the letter U on it. That comes your cycle of 54, which is the sun under the fox in the foxhole. It seems like it's in between two areas. Okay, this one over here. And isn't it greater between two areas? So that's the sun over here. It's 36 and 45 because it's 36 that is created in 45. It's the same number, right? 3 and 6 is 9, 4 and 5 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus 6 is 9. Win big, 72 red. Win big red. This one will turn into number 23 now. The other one of this will turn into 23. This is the IT system coming into Saturn. Win big red. Win big red. Everybody says win big red. Mars Nibiru. In the streets of we travel. Nigh by route. In Beirut. Beirut is the B&E world of the crossing over of time. Do not count the area on this planet as to where you think it is. Everything has moved. If there was a planetary shift and the Star of Bethlehem is not in the same place, then what happened to Moses and what happened to Jesus? And the actuality of where the pointing of north was may have not been north at all. And I can only say some of the things I say because of everything I hear. I don't really read anything other than what people send to me and other than what I... And it's, let's not get into that right now. But I can only use the balance of the reality. And the balance of the reality is 90% of us read it, but only 10% of us know the truth. The other 90% of the people know their own truth. They know what they saw, they heard, what they listened to, what they actually perceived and percepted within, and the difference upon how they think and the discussions that they had is the remainder of how they think right now. And that's the same with what you see with what you think of me. And this story, because it's only a story. I'm only a storyteller. I'm only telling you a story. Even if I dreamed it up or made it up, it's still a story. When somebody goes out and sings, you go, well, they're the singer. It can't be good. He made up the song. Well, I'm a storyteller, and I'm making it up. But because I think my BS is real, it isn't the story of whatever you sanctify its relationship towards science, math, art. Classify me somewhere. But when you do, and it's not what you think anymore, you may as well put me in Millennius. An Italian way for another twisted pasta, for another twisted story. So we stand in understanding where this is now 6 and 3. 6 and 3, this is my 18. I and R are the only two letters in the alphabet, 27. The letter G and the letter T, if I can design this right, I can show you the letter G. Do you remember how the letter G goes? Something like that, right? Is the letter G something like that? Well, I saw a post the other day, right? And I saw the post was just like this, made a G like this, right? And when I looked at this G and I looked and I looked and I looked and I said, I don't know if that's a G. I don't know. I said to myself, it didn't look like a G anymore. It just didn't look like, I said, holy G's, it's not a G anymore. I said, if we stop at the first letter, right? I got closer to a jack, right? Right? I got closer to a jack. And if you really look at it, it could have turned into an E. But at the same time, if you really want to see well, and I designed this the other way, the backwards way, right? It's actually the letter R. Forget about the foot, or the number 2. But it's 2 letters in one. It's multiple letters on the outside. This is your T. Now, if I was to continue another T, or a G on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we did this. And how far did we come over here? We came here. And we came in here. And we went down this way. This way. I don't remember how I did. Went this way, this way, this way. And what? This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Something like that. How did I do that? Whoop! I just lost my pen. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me. And then, right? And then it would look like that. See the letter? JG. This is the tav that goes between. The elephant is what makes its mark over here in this design. See the 3 parts of the design? The dividing part is what the elephant would do. So we can put the cap to the roof of 2 letters. 2 flat letters for the 2 flat feet. And the markings of the elephant's stamp on the floor. But we're not finished yet. Okay? There's supposed to be a letter R inside of here, but I can't seem to find it. Right? We also... Whoop, am I not showing you the whole thing? I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the camera. Oh boy, that's not a very good video, right? Right, so We can look at a GTG. We can also look at this. Do you see bet? See bet? See the bet on each side? Bet, bet. You see the U in between? I can cut off all the pieces differently, but I'm not. Anyways, win big red. Why win big red? 2 times 7 to plus 7 is 14 and 9. What letter is 14? We did it before. D, N, A. These two again, D and A. Why don't we look at this? E and I is 5 and 9. Okay? 5 and 9, right? N. E and I equal to 14. N. 14th letter, fourth letter is D. What does D mean? D says I am 2 plus 2. D says I am 1 plus 3. That's who D is. That's who D is. N says I am number 14. I am 5 and 9. I am number 14. I am 6 and 8. I am number 14, right? I am 7 and 7. I am 49. I am 48. And I am 45. 4 and 5 is 0, 9. 4 and 8 is 12. 4 and 9 is 13. See, I brought it down all to this level over here to 1 level. I don't want to bring it down again, 3, because if I bring it down to 3, it's going to say I'm 1 and 2. If this one says I am 1 and 2, I bring down this one to 3, it's going to say I'm 1 and 2. I bring this down to 4, it's going to say I'm 2 and 2, or it's going to say I'm 1 and 3. But this one doesn't change. This one will remain the same. 48, 1 and 2 is 12. 12, 25, 34. 34 is the evaluation for 1. 5 by 9 is 14, 5 and 9 is 14. They're all 14, this becomes 59, this becomes 62, and this becomes 63. Remember the evaluation we just had over here? Whoop, it's not there. The evaluation we just had over here, 49 and 14, 63. We have to understand this is the truth. This is real math. This is all real math. Everything is very relevant to everybody. And we have to understand when you get to 3, just look at this. 4 and 4 is Venus. 084 is Pluto. 24, 6 equals 36 creation. And anything, 2 and 4, 3 and 6, 4 and 8, anything that says half is part of 2112 Venus, the Venus project. Anything to do with any number, 2 numbers under, automatically say 15, the 7th gate. Anytime 0906, it's 120. 120. 120 equals 126. It's 126 is, what is that, 5 days, 6 days? Anyways, 126, okay? 126, left and center. Left and center, this is the star system, left in the star system, the ace. 9 times 6, 54, the sun. 8 times 7, 56. 1 times 7. 3 times 9, 27. This is where Win Big Red Venus comes in. 5 times 4, under the sun of the 7th gate. 16, 7, times 1 is 7 again. The queen comes in, but let's change this to 7 to 7. Again, the 7th gate. All zeros equal 7. In this situation, why? When you have a 10 and the first letter reverts, the first number reverts to 0, put a 6 there, add it to the 10. Why? Because it's actually all zeros equal 15. 15 equals to a total of 120. When you have it in the 10th position, like here, it's actually talking about 2 sides. So maybe this in the 10th position should tell me instead of 120, maybe I should get 240. But I'm leaving it this way. Why? Because if it's this guy and this guy, that's 2. But what if it's this guy and this guy? That's 4. Why? His bottom and his top. His top and his bottom. Take off my shirt. Well, take off my shirt. What about taking off my pants? Well, the underwear is going to protect the center. 7, 5, 9, 7, 5, 3. 3, 5, 7 is the rotation. 6, 7, 8, 21. 4, 3, 2, 9, 21. 5, 4, 3 is the center half east-west. East half in position, 12, 10, 8. This equals to the T-letter transmission connecting of the bridges. This will equal 6, 66, 76, 86. Time mind, 9 lives of the cat. 9, 7, 7, the gateway, the 3 lives of the pig. The 3 little pigs show up right over here, 9, 7, 7. 2 and 5, 7, 1 and 6, 7. 2 and 5, 1 and 6. There is no 3 and 4 inside of here. 3 is inside. 3 and 4 are right here. 3 and 4 over here. This is 41, bringing it under the sun. This is 51, within the moons of Mars. This is 49, between Mars and Pluto. And then when you go to low shoot, it's between Saturn and Earth. Saturn and Earth is 6 and 3. Again, 6 and 3, which is the 6 and 3, 49 and 14, 6 and 3, the 7th gate. The numbers are perfect. Eventually, you'll see, you will find out that whatever you're going to be talking about will revert back to numbers from the words, because they're going to talk about each other's numbers. 25 is the B world of 10, 5 and 5, 4 and 6. Why? Because on a dice cube, it's 4 and 6, 5 and 5. Because of what you can do on the dice cube. Because you know that 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, as long as you can make the number 41, right? 41 means 1 plus 9 for 10. 4 and 1 is the halfway mark. Why is 41 a halfway mark? Because we need 10 yards. I don't care how you get 10 yards. You have 3 plus 1 try for 10 yards. And then you get a first down. You do that 9 times in a row, and then you're in the end zone. Why 9 times in a row? Because 9 times 10 yards equals to 90. And then, right? And then, every time you did this, we have to have the nose of the ball pass the line. So if everybody's nose is 1 inch, you get 9 extra inches. But the average, right, will probably be half the ball. So you get 18 inches. 9 inches times 2 if you want, but it's 9 inches. So therefore, you only have 9 yards to get into the end zone. So it's 9 plus whatever touchdowns, right? And you're always going to start, right? Usually, they already tell you that you're going to start from the 20-yard line. Why? Because he kicked it into the end zone. Isn't that how you got the earth? You didn't get a chance to run it out yet. The child started to run out the ball before you entered into the body. So you get it at 20-yard line. You have 7 first downs. And then plus 1. You can do a maximum, okay, of 7 times 4 equals to 28 downs plus to make this. But if you got it and they kicked it out of bounds, you get it at the 35. If you get it at the 35, okay, yards, you need to make 6 times. Okay, 6 times 10 equals to 60, which equals to 95. And that's Einstein. And that's Neptune. E and I equals to 14 equals to N. 14 equals to 28. 7 by 4 is 28. 7 plus 4 is 11 equals 39. S and T equals to 39. And the letter M alone equals to S, 19. The letter T, 20, is inside 5 by 4, the sun. 5 times 4 equals 20, the sun. Or 2 by 10, 2 worlds of the divided sun. Einstein, 28, 39, 28. Cycle of 74. It's also the cycle of 44 because you're just explaining. See this? It's 7, 1, 4. The dividing mark is always the 1, 4 towards one side. We're washing it off. When you're cleaning, right? You don't keep something straight. You keep it on this angle. It's always going to push the dirt over with a machine. You'll always see the machine pushing it over this way, right? Or pushing it over this way. Santi good, Santi grave. We saw the Rubik's cube, right? This is Rubik's cube. This is the way we write Rubik's. I didn't write the cube. We get 0, 1, 1, 1, 7, or 1, 2, or 1, 3. And then we can use this. We can chop off all the tops. If I want to keep my B flat, I can go my B flat. If I don't want to, then this will be an expression of the next letter. I have to put all these close to each other. When I put R and any flat back letter next to the R, I will always have a number 4 that comes out. So anything you want to do in art, the minute you put a flat back letter or something, there's going to be a new letter cut out. And above and below, I'm going to get a triangle over here. Right? Or if I was on the center line, right? If I was on the center line, if this was the center line, this is what I get. 40. 40, and then there's more designs. There's an L over here, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Raphael, 7286, in a constellation of Pegasus. Am I finished yet? This should have turned out to be the letter R. This is GTT. This is 596877. There's one more. I would like to put the 10 and the 4. Okay, this is the game of craps. Okay, hold on. 4 by 16. 4 by 16 is 40 is 64. 40, 24. This equals 10, and this equals to 14, and this one equals to 20. This one equals to 84, and this one equals to 54. So, number 10-4, which pays the odds of 2 to 1 in the casino on the pass line, on the come bet, right? On the come out rule. This one will pay 2 to 1. You get 40 and 14 equals 54 the sun, plus 6 equals 60 the time. Minus 6 will be 48 the space. 14 will be the crossover. The N is the junction between both sides, the letter N, the junction between N and Z. When you do 14, you must do 14 to 26. That's a total of 12 plus 1, 13. That's where we begin. Why? Because 4 is the minimum. In 3, it's 1 and 2, and we already have 1 over here, so forget about 1. We'll only have 2, then we'll only have 3. 5, 4 is 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, makes it its own, right over here. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is over here. 40 plus 14, inside the 2, it creates the sum, the reality from these two numbers. 10 will become 16. 16 over here, times 4 is 64. 16 and 4 is 20, becomes 84, will now become 90, the birth. Will now become 96, will also become 78, the gateway, when I showed you about the change. Remember the change? 0, 1, 2, pay 0. The minute it gets to 3, pay 5. The minute it gets to 7, pay 5. But if it's over at 8, pay 0. The minute you go to 8, look at this, boom, boom, 2 more apart, boom, boom. You're automatically 1, 2, 3, 4. You were right together. The pennies were right together. They were next door neighbors. And now they're apart. But look at 2 and 3, right? Look at 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is all the way above. It's completely opposite of 7 and 8. 2 and 8, 10. 2 and 7, 9. 9, 10, 19. 3 and 8, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 3 and 7, 10. 10 becomes 16, becomes 7. This becomes 7 and 2. This becomes 10, 10. Becomes 7 and 7. 77. 7 and 7 together become 5. 2. 5. Earth. 77 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 8 and 3 is 11 equals 2. 7, 2, 5. 7 times 25 is 175. So we're going to get out of that. We're going to come back to here, and this number here. This equals to 15, Mars. This equals to 15, Mars. 6, 7, and 8 is inside 6 and 9. Therefore, this 15, inside this 15, 15th letter, inside the next 15th letter. Either it's O and O, or it's the 15th letter inside the 15th letter, right? But I say it's O and O, the 15th letter inside the 15th letter, right? Or is it 2 separate letters? O and O, here and here. These are your 2 that join together. Up here. Anyways, okay, so that would be that one. Now let's go down the line how all these 14s come into action. This is in between here. This surrounds these 2. This surrounds all of these. So let's go at the beginning. Here's 14 that goes inside of here. 14 is on the outside. 14 goes on the inside, equals to 28. This is the first cycle. This all goes into here, which is 14, equals to 42. It's encompassed by this one. Okay? This 5 and 9, 45 is through the foxhole. And then all of this goes inside of here. That would make it 56. And then at 56, we'd start to begin the game at 3. Remember, here's your 34, and we added up all this number, and we said, where's 3 and 4, where's 3 and 4? Well, number 1 is the DC connector, 3 and 4. I don't remember where it was in here we were talking about this, but that's your 3 and 4. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 1 is 256. In the 3 world, there's 2. 3 worlds of 56. And the other one is 512. 625. Both of them don't have the 3 and 4 inside of it until the one spirit comes in. So now this is 56. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to take these numbers over here, right? Their values, all these values of a number. And this one becomes 11. And this one becomes 10. 10 and 11 and 21. Plus 6 equals to 27. Win big red. Now we go up one more time. We have to go right up to this level over here. This is the level where we added 6 more. Where no longer did the extra 14 go up here, I must add 6. This will now become 62. The marking of the queen. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 12 and 8. 1, 2, and 8. 1, 2, and 8 is the spirit in the cycle of the moon. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 12 and 8. Same thing. This becomes 3, this becomes 8. This is the game of craps. They call it 7-11. Is it 0-7? Is it 6-1-7? Is it 5-2-7? Is it 3-4-7? 3-4 inside 2-5 inside 6-1. 7, 14, 21. The 21st letter is U. The 14th letter is N. The 7th letter is G. 7, 5, 3. Huh, what a coincidence, eh? This one will become 9. This one will become 5. 5, 9, 7 is what it comes out to at the end after the calculation. This is the Neptune 95. Anyways, 63 times 5 is 315, plus 16, plus 21. This is the ace cube, equals to 336. 12 moons. 45, the foxhole, 63 creation. 7 by 5 is 35, electric company. 7 by 9 is 63, times 5 is 315, the ace cat. The ace cat. This is the cube, alpha beta. 3, 15, and 0. This is the O and U. O and U. 15 and 21. 15 and 21 is the 555, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that played in it. What does that mean? 159, the 555, and the 666 that played inside the house of the 3 little pigs. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Looking up and thinking, pondering on this day coming your way. Thank you, and have a great, great end of July, my friends. I am on fire. I feel it. If I can't convey it, convince, change, direct, redirect, it's irrelevant to the fact of the truth that this world that we live in is communication, and it is moving on. The bands and stars and stripes that connect this world together are now over, and they're up for a change. 2,000 years since they last changed the system, and we're all rust buckets. Copper life rusted out, negative grounds, misunderstandings, delusional thoughts, people talking about other people, and then other people believing what's going on. If everybody says I'm crazy, you'll start to believe I'm crazy without just looking at me and knowing that everything is fine, just because the mind thinks a little bit different, but the actions are so much stronger than the mind, what you see, yet the heart and what the belief of the mind, because we're so gullible, is so delusional to ourselves. We just take part and say, yes, thank you very much, you're right, because you don't want to look dumb in front of any of your friends. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. 5776. 76 times 76, the year of the spirit of 76, and this year, in the Super Bowl, the beginning of next year, they will not use Roman numerals. They will use 50. 50 is a representation of S and O. 19 and 15. 34 equals 1. Raphael, thank you.